This video is going to show you how to easily deal with Inner Isshin's 3 new moves and how to easily beat him using his biggest weakness, the axe. But if you haven't seen my regular Isshin cheese guide video, watch that because it's essentially the same method. Start off by using a Tanto, a Confetti and an Akko Sugar while walking backwards. Then hit him 3 times before using the Mist Raven to teleport behind him, burning him at the same time. Then immediately use the Flame Axe. You can start the fight in the exact same way every single time. From here the strategy is just like my other video. You want to hit him 2 times, then evade behind him, then use the axe. Then evade behind him and keep repeating this. When he burns, you can actually hit him 3 times instead and then dodge behind him. But when he sheathes his sword when you evade behind him, just keep walking behind until you're in a safe zone to use the axe again. But it's not always as simple as this, because this is Inner Isshin and he does have a new move in phase 1 that hits through my 1-2 attack. However, I do have an easy solution to deal with it. As soon as you realise he's hit you during the 1-2 hit, just jump up and step on him. Then use the axe as you're falling down from the air. From here you'll be able to hit him 2 times again and repeat this simple trick. It may be easier if you watch this back at half the speed. But when you try the whole method a few times, you'll realise it's very consistent and damaging. He does however have 2 new moves that he uses in both phase 2 and 3, so I'll go over that next. But first, use 1 item after the first death blow, then run away and use the remaining item, the sugars, confetti, etc. and heal. But make sure to keep an eye on him to avoid his Glock whilst using these. For phase 2 we need an opening and he usually starts with his second new move. When he raises his sword and the red sign appears, all you need to do is run back and then left. If you notice the wind around him in the air, he's going to do the air attack, so you can just keep running back and left and then follow with the axe. His final new move is just another variation of the second, but you'll notice this time there's no wind around him, meaning he's just going to do a thrust attack, so you can simply press the evade button and it will do a Mikiri counter. Then follow up again with an axe attack. Now you know how to deal with his new moves, the strategy is pretty simple. Axe him and then be ready to evade behind him. If he does a slam attack and makes it easy, just dodge behind him and use the axe. He only does 1 quick counter attack after axing him, so that's why you need to be ready to dodge quickly. And you might get lucky and get a run where it's super easy like this, but this isn't always the case. For example, here he does his new move. After avoiding it, you can use the axe on him again. Then he does a quick counter, so just dodge behind him and axe him again. Next he jumps backwards, but as long as you still try to dodge behind him, you'll be close enough to do the axe again. But sometimes Isshin can react faster and hit you like this, but that's okay because this is your opportunity to run back and heal. Now we just wait for an opening. Ideally a slam attack would be nice, but since we know how to deal with his new moves, this provides an opening too. And lastly he does a standard thrust attack with a red sign. It's a simple Mikiri counter followed by an axe attack that does too much posture damage. You just don't want to miss this opportunity. It seems a bit fast paced at first, but with a bit of practice you'll see the consistency in it and how effective it is. Also, if he does his 6-hit combo, just run away and avoid it. Now you want to start phase 3 in the exact same way as phase 2, but if you want, switch to the Lazulite axe. You can avoid his beams easily by just dodging right then left, but if he does it when you're close to him, dodge 1 beam and then axe through the second one. Otherwise this phase is identical to phase 2 with just the addition of his lightning attack. As soon as you see a sign of lightning, keep spamming your combat art buttons and use the high monk skill. It deflects lightning easily even if you're late and it doesn't cost any emblems. Then jump and use the axe in mid-air, but after using the axe, don't forget to be ready to dodge for any of his counter moves or slams. If you see the lightning coming again, just use the high monk again. As long as you're always ready to dodge after the axe and ready to use high monk, then Isshin's got no chance. Here's a trickier example. Avoid his new move, there's no wind so you can just Mikiri counter the thrust. Axe him again and be ready to evade straight after, but you end up seeing lightning instead, so just keep spamming high monk and then use the axe on him in mid-air. Again be ready to evade. This time he backs off and then does a slam attack. You can easily dodge to the right and then counter with the axe again. Now he's just standing still, so you may as well just axe him again. Then you see lightning, so you just want to spam high monk. Even though it's a late reaction, it's still got him. Phase 3 is just a combination of all 3 phases put together. There's again no perfect cheese for Inner Isshin, but the axe is by far his biggest weakness. Just aim to perfect 1 phase at a time and you'll see how easy he becomes.